Like how Ryan never leave a will, how you decide who gets what?
I'm happy you asked that. So we are guarded by the law. It is called the Intestate Estates and Property Charges Act. Section 4 determines how the assets are distributed. It says who gets what. I see in this situation, you have listed yourself as a spouse, right? So we will need a common law spousal order from the court along with the birth certificate for your son. It's important to know if you are the spouse and he has children, you will get a half and the children will share the other half equally. If there's one child, you will get 2/3 and that child will get 1/3. If there's children only, then the children will get everything and the parents gets nothing. So
sir, like how my son's father's name never get put up on him birth paper because him did they are foreign. How that a go work? And him other son born after my son and I am the spouse. The other child a go benefit too?
yes, ma'am, he certainly will. As a matter of fact, all proven children will benefit.
Well, I'm going to have to go call the other baby mother now because I'm not calling her and telling her nothing.
That's okay. As long as you provide us with her contact, we will contact her.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a good
Thanks
day.
for coming. Bye. Have a good day.
Story come to bubble gum. Me not give no baby but a number. Me love me. Then it's not friend about me. Hello. I'm a another friend. What me for a report? No,
I
it's
was just thinking the same thing.
Find out for yourself, girl. We don't help you. No. You're on your own like Patti LaBelle, girl. Well, welcome back, Sunrisers. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and we always choose you right here on Sunrise. We're broadcasting live from Kingston, Jamaica, and we're so happy that you decided to rise with us. Now, we're back with our Deadlift series, and as you just saw there, let me tell you.
How ironic that this is one of my favorite series.
Now I get about the baby mother number. No, you're not. Go do your own research. Hello.
You know why? You know what?
Why
you know why it's one of my favorites?
Why is that?
Because it is so
real to life,
entwined in real life Jamaican culture.
Yes.
Like there's so much relevance
that it resonates with.
Yeah. And I didn't know all of these things about the Administrator General and how they were into people's mix-up. Because
we call it the belly of
the belly.
Yes.
The belly of people's life.
You see the underbelly of society.
Correct.
And they help to sort the belly, right? So today we're tackling the complexities of estate administration. So guys, imagine this. Imagine that you discover that the father that you thought was actually your father isn't even on your birth certificate. His name is not Dede. Now these very tricky situations can leave families in turmoil, unsure of who should get what. Well, here to ventilate these issues is the Administrator General and CEO at the Administrator General's Department herself, Stacey Ann Carty, is back with us this morning. Stacey.
Hi.
Good morning.
I'm not gonna be my number, girl. Me no know the girl. Me no know talk.
You know her, Kitty.
Well, I don't know her.
You know her.
Girl.
But don't worry, she was likely the first one at our office to report the death. So we have her number.
Lovely.
But these are challenges that we really do have, and as you said, it's just cultural. I think I've said it many episodes before.
Yes.
That's just a culture. So that's why we said we take the reports of the death from anybody who comes and everybody who comes.
Right.
Because you have your bit of the story you're going to tell us, Dennis has his bit, and everybody comes and gives us a different part of the story for us to piece it all together.
So Stacey, in real life, there are many children, for whatever reason, that their birth father or their right father is not on their birth certificate.
Correct.
Is this a problem, and why is this a problem?
I will say it again, it's just a part of our culture where persons in the video, Pinky would have said that he wasn't there when she was born. He might have been on farm work or whatever it is. And so the father's name just wasn't on the birth certificate and they never got around to it after. They never thought it important. So as we have said before, but it's very important and we'll always say it because it's a recurring problem in our department, is that you simply go to the court with your witnesses and prove to the judge that whilst the gentleman was alive, he accepted you as his child and he admitted that he was your child during the lifetime. And the judge will give you the order.
What qualifies as proof or evidence in these kind of
So give an
matters?
example. Say the gentleman was to die, you could have his sister, you could have his brother, his mother go to court to say, yes, man, when he was alive, they would come over to my house, they would have dinner with me, I would pick up the child from school, they spent summer holidays with me, I gave her the maintenance money, whatever
Yes.
it is.
You have graduation pictures.
Correct.
You have pictures with, the, our letters that
Yes.
probably he would have written and stuff like that. Yeah.
So it's really just to show evidence, as in any other court situation, to sway, or if you are telling somebody a story, you have to convince them. So you have to bring
Keep
arguments.
those receipts.
Keep the receipts. You have to give arguments to show that, yes, this person showed that they were your father.
And you're doing all of this to be able to have access to the dead left.
Correct. All of this is about, you have to show that you must get some of the dead left pie. That's really what it is.
Yes.
So in the video, you would have seen it said that if there's a spouse, the spouse gets a minimum of a half,
Yes.
right? So if there's more than one child, the spouse gets a half, and all the other children share the half. Whether it's 2 children or 52 children, all of you are sharing half. So the more siblings and children you have is the less you're going to get as your inheritance, right? Because as you can imagine, 10 divided by 2 is different from 10 divided
By 52.
Right, right. And I'm not exaggerating. We have estates with 30-something children. It's not uncommon, 20-something. Some people have a lot of children. Men are able to reproduce at a faster rate than women, you would appreciate. And
Yes.
so there have been quite a few children that some persons have had. But if it is one child, the spouse gets 2/3 and the child gets 1/3, right? So what I want you to understand is if you're a parent, you're a mother, a father, or if you're a sibling, if there's a spouse and a child, you get 0. If
Say
there's
it again.
What?
So if you are a sibling, a mother, a father, and the deceased person had a spouse and a child, you get...
definitely.
Right.
Right.
So his family.
The people that he brought into this world is the ones that are going to benefit.
They are your
Right, primary.
responsibility.
Primary responsibility.
What if, Stacey, for example, Pinky is one baby mother and you have Bubbles around the corner, but for whatever reason, Bubbles didn't know about the Administrator General. She didn't know that she could have come to you guys with all of this information. And the estate is now disbursed or probated, but she didn't get anything. Can Bubbles get anything after the fact?
Well, that's the unfortunate situation, and that's why we're doing public education. This is our first big public education drive, and we're really going full speed ahead with it. After it's distributed, there's nothing to get from the Administrator General's department. You would have to get an attorney to go legally after the persons who would have gotten the assets, the proven beneficiaries. Yeah.
Naturally, because of the way paternity works and maternity works, these are matters that impact how men live their lives in many instances. But I'm sure you've seen instances where women, that their estates are sometimes being challenged and people are arguing. So it's not a question of proving that you're my mother, but there are challenges in relation to that. How does it manifest?
So that's an exit. I remember, so before I was Administrator General, I was an attorney in the office. So in the belly of the organization, interacting with the clients.
Right.
And I recall this lady died. She had one son. And her mother was so traumatized because she was the one who was taking care of her mother. So when we said to her, but there's a child, once there's a child, the parent gets 0 if there's no will. And she was saying, how am I going to live? You know, the child is living with the father, I don't get on with the father. Where's the money going to come from if everything is going towards a child? So it's a very good thing you've brought up. It's not just about the gentleman with many children. Yes, that's a part of it. But there are many other aspects to failing to plan. plan. And that's why we suggest to persons, do your estate plan. Every week I send this video out after we're finished to my friends, and some of them are like, you come back with this deadlift thing, I don't like to think about it. And I was like, I don't know how to break it to you, but it's the one thing in your life that it's certain, you know?
Yes,
And so
yes,
it's
yes.
conversation that we need to have. What's going to happen after I go? You know, all the things I've accumulated, all the people that are dependent on me, how are they going to be taken care of? Do I have an insurance policy? Do I have their name on my bank account? How are these people going to be taken care of that depend on me? And this is a conversation that culturally, as a society, we need to see as healthy conversation.
I love it, and absolutely thank you so much for being here because you know, we're learning. So guys, if your the father's name is not on the birth certificate, you're not lost, right? You're not out of the game. So we just told you what to do, so you can find the Administrator General's office and sort that out, because most times, but even upon the birthday.
But they can fix it while he's alive. They don't have to wait till he's dead.
True.
You know, they can go to RGD and add his name to the birth certificate, or there are various mechanisms you can use whilst the person is alive. So
Yes.
deal with it now.
I
Deal
love
with it.
that. The
Deal with
time
it
is
now.
now.
Deal with it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Kopsu Boss, make sure your name is on all your children's birth certificates. All of them.
Yeah, because some of them are produced more than them pocket can produce.
Yeah, just make sure. Don't have any, you know, you're deaf. That was Stacey and Carty, the
23
CEO.
babe, Marlena.
Yeah, 23.
I gotta tell you.
The little land cut up in a 23 pieces, you know. She's the CEO and Administrator General, of course, at that version of the AGD. Next up, Domus Windows and Doors Limited is expanding to Jamaica and stops by our studio. Stay with us.
Lovely.
Thanks.